Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. We'll be talking about having a Libra sun and Aries moon in a natal chart. Now, I'm going to elaborate and expound on that. What I'm going to be talking about is having that sun-moon combination in the natal chart, having a Libra sun and Aries moon. First off, the basic character, which is the sun. In this case, the sun being in Libra can be very charming, tactful, diplomatic, equitable, sociable, refined, and peaceful. But on the unconscious side, which is the moon, the sun represents the conscious side of the person, the moon, the unconscious side. And on the unconscious side, with the moon being in Aries, the person may be more assertive, aggressive, combative even. Sometimes acrimonious, outspoken, and courageous. And naturally, like this Sun Moon combination, like many others, have very vast and strong disparity in the energy. And in this case, you do have them the energy diametrically opposed. They're opposite signs, and Libra, the sun is our basic fundamental character, can be very peace-loving, about cooperation, reconciliation, and sometimes we'll seek out peace at all costs. But when you have the Aries moon, an unconscious level is just the opposite. It's a person that it can be a little bit more hot-tempered, and a person that's more combative and aggressive, and it really has the instinct, times maybe to fight, more so, and having the Aries moon, the person naturally will be more confrontational than the typical Libra sun. This could be a person with Libra sun and Aries moon. The way the combination itself may manifest could be somebody that will feel like fighting for justice and things that are connected with something unlawful. Now, another way this combination may be expressed is that the person may bring that Libra people-pleasing nature into something Aries related. It could be, firefighting, doing something with the military, arson investigation, law enforcement, combat sports such as karate, judo, kickboxing, wrestling, as some examples. And this could also be, keep in mind, the sun in astrology is about our basic wants, and the Libra sun wants to collaborate with others, express intellectual sociability, bounce ideas off others, and the moon is about our emotional needs. And Aries moon needs to lead, be pioneering, to combat, to handle emergencies and general activity. You have, the sun in astrology represents our true self. And in this case, the sun being in Libra, the true self can be diplomatic, persuasive, cooperative. And you have the inner self, which is the moon. And in this case, the moon being in Aries, can be abrupt, aggressive, very impatient, and impulsive. And you have, just again, very strong disparity in the energy of the conscious side, which is the sun, and the unconscious side, which is the moon. Libra is more about, doing things, in a partnership situation, collaborating with others. Aries moon, on an unconscious level, may naturally be more self-reliant and independent. Now, the thing about this is, the person, the sun in astrology is about our drive and motivation. And the person with the sun in Libra may be driven and motivated, which is the sun, to seek justice, which is Libra. And with the Aries moon, the person may do so, in a more hurried manner, feeling more impatient. And also, this could be more adverse if there's an opposition aspect between the Libra sun and Aries moon. Now, an opposition in astrology is a 180-degree aspect and I use a 10-degree orb if at least one personal planet is involved. You have two personal planets involved in this case in the aspect. And let's say, for example, if the Libra Sun is at 3 degrees and the Aries Moon is at 6 degrees, that would form an opposition aspect. The energy can be more, adversarial. And you have, it could be somebody that becomes, just too incensed, over something, that they feel is not necessarily fair. As an example, somebody that's in a hurry to ingratiate themselves with others just to maybe, get what they, want, as an example. Uh, Another thing too is that, when you look at, this is, the actions, the sun is about our actions and the moon is about our reactions and responses. And with the sun in Libra, the actions, might be a little bit more calculating compared to Aries, and they're more, more for reasons, to reconcile, sometimes to seek peace, um, cooperate. And when you have the Aries moon, again, the moon is about our reactions and responses. The reactions can be more abrupt and aggressive and, quick, and also very impatient, I would say, to say the absolute least. And you have a thing about, the sun in astrology. The sun is connected with the biological father. And with the Libra sun, the biological father may actually be a Libra sun, moon, or ascendant, or embody those characteristics. And the moon in astrology represents the mother. So having an Aries moon, the mother may actually be an Aries sun, moon, or ascendant, or embody those traits. It's also about the perception of these people. Somebody with a Libra sun may perceive the biological father as somebody that's cooperative, peaceful, sociable, refined person that seeks justice. But at the same time, they see the biological father is overly ambivalent, indecisive, seeking peace at all costs. As some examples, and maybe even a person that might, be just overly, again, seeking peace at all costs, and be somebody that's about, somebody maybe even has a superficial charm in some cases. Now, another thing, now with the Aries moon, the person may perceive the mother as somebody, that's aggressive, assertive, courageous and brave, and pioneering, but may also see the mother as somebody that's overly abrupt, abrasive, combative, quarrelsome, and impatient, as some examples. And the thing about this is the thing about the combination, which I think could be auspicious, even though you're talking about oppositional adversarial energy, is that when you have Libra Sun and Aries Moon, this could be a person that will often feel like fighting for justice and things that aren't fair and equitable. It could be somebody that can make a good attorney, for that reason. And keep in mind, if this is actually the person was born on a full moon that has this combination, or let's say especially a lunar eclipse, the emotions are going to be very intensified and times acrimonious, and it can be very acerbic, as far as the emotions may go, and but also enthusiastic on the positive side. Emotions can, a person may feel exceptionally enthusiastic very often because it would be more intensified again if this the person has this combination, has the Aries moon and was born um, on a lunar eclipse. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.